So for the PowerPoint that I've already created, well, unfortunately, I don't have any of the PowerPoints. So we're going to be using Google Slide, which is kind of the same thing. So for the PowerPoint I have chosen is Keith Haring, if of course this PowerPoint is dedicated to Keith Haring and what he does. And I've done this as a project before of famous artists, and I specifically chose Keith Haring due to the fact that I actually like his work, what he protested against, and use his platform for the right things. So here's the table of contents where we talk about who is Keith Haring, the types of challenges he faced, what he has achieved, his art, and the connections he has with the business class I had at the time with it. So Keith Haring is a well-known artist, being born in May 4th, 1958, in Pennsylvania. He's an American artist that was heavily inspired by New York street culture of the 1980s. His work often featured both cartoonish caricatures and symbols. His artwork can still be seen in the city and is on today's clothing, which you can go to an Urban Outfitters and you can still find his piece of clothing with his art. So the challenges he has faced through is early rejection, as he has been rejected by art schools, which could have easily discouraged Keith Haring, but has not. His AIDS diagnosis, since he was diagnosed with HIV and then later AIDS in 1987, and then 1988, a year after, and then his artistic integrity versus the commercial success, which is the struggle of balancing his desires to create art that was social conscious and was meaningful. So, in terms of his achievements, he completed numerous public projects in the first half of the 80s, as well as ranging from an animation for the spectacular billboard in Times Square, designing sets and backdrops for theaters, clubs, developing watch designs for Swatch, and in an advertisement campaign for Absolute Vodka, and creating murals for murals worldwide. In April 1986, Haring opened the pop-up shop, which Haring considered the shop to be an extension of his artwork. The interior within the pop-up shop was painted all by himself with abstract black and white murals, and was selling t-shirts, toys, posters, buttons, magnets bearing his artwork. In the year 1989, he established the Keith Haring Foundation, its mandate to provide funding and imagery to AIDS organizations and children's programs, and to expand his audience through his work. So this is his art showcase. This is the Beaming Baby. The Ignorance Equals Fear from 1989, when he first started protesting and using his platform for activism for AIDS and HIV. The Safe Sex, to promote safe sex. And then the Unfinished Painting, which carries a deep meaning because a lot of lives has been cut short due to HIV and AIDS, and this is supposed to represent the victims that are passed away due to the virus. That this painting is unfinished because their lives that were unfinished due to the virus. So the connections Keith Haring had with what I learned during at the time was the leadership and informing and education, which leadership being using his platform as an artist to uplift those affected during the AIDS epidemic and to raise awareness, informing and education, because at the time people were ignorant, and Keith Haring used his platform to educate those and inform those about AIDS through his art. And that's what the whole presentation was about. Thank you.